Hey, this is Nate McGee with MicroQuant, bringing you the value charts video of the day for Monday, July 8, 2013. What I have here is I have a daily chart of the yen, and I want to show you something that's a kind of interesting strategy to use when the occasion calls for it. I'm going to zoom out of this chart here for a second so you can see something interesting. There's a chart pattern like we usually have with pennants and that sort of thing. There is one pattern in particular called a bump and run reversal, whereas the price will bump a trend line, then it'll run way up, and then it'll roll back over and break back through it. It does about one touch. This will happen back here on the yen. As you can see way back here, we're talking, looks like November, that this started and prices went up. As you know, the government was controlling the currency. Then when it did come down, it had one bump, and you see how it just rocketed way up here. Then consolidated a little bit, kept on going up, and then it rolls over here. Now I'll bring that to your attention to show you a concept that I've used sometimes in a case like this, is if the trend line is still valid. See, we had our one touch down here. That was a 142-day long trend line. Plus, you have all these other days in here. But you see, when we broke through the price here, came down, we did have one break. So you might consider that to be an invalidated trend line. I typically keep the trend line there on a bump and run reversal because price tends to go and retest the level again. As you can see right here, happened today. And it's an interesting concept. Sometimes you can use MQ trend as a source of support or resistance depending on where it's at. So in this case, it served as resistance after it broke through a trend line. And you can see how beautiful that lined up. Resistance right across the trend line, and price approached it, and you can see it went up to it, bounced off, and it's headed back down. And I'm going to show you what it kind of looks like on a tick chart. But one thing to notice right here is we have our crossover right here. So with this bump and run reversal, one good way to kind of tell you if it might be reversing soon is you could look for things like divergences and all that. But look right here, you can see we have our 8 EMA line crossed over our 21 EMA line, which is a good indication of a downtrend. Same thing, our MQ aggression is green right here, then it goes to red. We have MQ trend to be red, which is a confirmed downtrend. As you see with 8 EMAs, we usually have the 8 EMA above this 21 EMA for this whole up move. We had one little pinch down here when it did a bump for a run. Then you can see it still headed up above it. The 8 EMA stayed above the 21 EMA. Then when it crossed over, it headed back down. Then when it crossed back up, you expect it to be an uptrend, but you can see it's kind of choppy right now with MQ trend being red and MQ aggression being green. But if you took a short right up here toward the top of this trend line serves as a nice area of resistance, plus MQ trend is using it as a resistance as well. So it could have been a nice short. But if we look over here on our 250 tick chart, you see that the high over here was where the trend line was retested. You see price went back down. You can use this MQ trend here as sort of a stop loss monitor if you want to. I've done that before for some trades, especially on trades of this size on like a daily chart. If I want to manage it, I would use it. Give it maybe 20-30 pips above MQ trend. So you could have kept monitoring that there. You might have got stopped out right here if you took a short over here. But as you can see, even down here, you can monitor your trade by bringing a stop along here as prices are continuing to rise and fall through the ebb and flow. So that's what I want to bring to your attention today. That is today's video of the day. Never miss another value charts trade. Go ahead and subscribe to this YouTube channel to see more video of the day and trade of the day videos. Again, this is Nate McGee reminding you to trade smarter, not harder, and as always, trade with confidence.